everybody, welcome to Cards and Sharps. How you doing? Good, glad to hear it. Alright, we have a Spyderco up on the table for review. So, I have not taken a peek at this one yet, so let's have a look. This is the Spyderco Efficient. This is will run you in the $45 range, so this is going to be more of a budget offering from Spyderco. It is a made in China knife, made to Spyderco's specifications. It's going to be in the more budget realm of the Spyderco branded knives. They, as a lot of you probably know, they do make a line of knives under the Bird name, which are also Chinese manufactured, but they have a definite more budget look and feel to them, and also the Bird products are going to be made in a pretty much a parallel to a typical Spyderco product. Like they'll have parallels to the Delica and such as that. So and those also get pretty inexpensive in the more mid-20s range, where this knife is in about the $45 range. This is going to be along the lines of a lot of you are probably familiar with the Tenacious, and this is the Efficient. It is similar but different than the Tenacious. Alright, we have G10 scales on this, which are brown on this particular one, and they have a good quality G10 feel to them. The overall length is 7.04 with a 3-inch blade, and it's that familiar leaf shape that you see in a lot of Spyderco products. It's a 8CR13 MOV, so it is a and it is on the blade there, and it is a budget steel, which is serviceable in your budget range knives, so acceptable in that price point. It is pretty sharp out of the box, it feels. Let's just see, give it a quick paper test. Sharp enough. Not as sharp as some, but sharper than a few others, and sharp enough ready to work right out of the box. So it's going to have a drop point with a flat grind, typical Spyderco configuration. The handle is just over 4 inches, 4.04, and as I mentioned, it does have G10. It's got a stainless steel frame, and it is painted black, as is the blade. And the weight is 4.10 ounces, so it is a little chunky, a little heavy. Not too terribly heavy, but it's right there going to be at the limit of what I know a lot of folks consider a comfortable carry option, and 4 ounces. 4 ounces doesn't bother me too bad, depending on what else I got in my pocket. And as you can see, this one's going to take up some pocket real estate as far as width. It's not a real long knife, and it's got the typical Spyderco pocket clip, which they do make. There's a lot of aftermarket clips available for Spyderco, so you could probably find you some deep carry type clips, things like that, if that was so desired. It is left or right. You can just switch it over. It is going to be tip up only, which is the correct, as far as I'm concerned, way of doing it. It's not a, right out of the box, does not feel like it's going to be a flick open type knife. It's still a little bit tight, which I have found that with some of their knives, they will be tight. You can sit around, break them in, and they will loosen up. You can loosen that pivot screw, but if you do that, then you might end up with some blade wobble, which it has no wobble at all right now. And you can see it's perfectly centered in there. So wouldn't really want to mess with that myself, because you can still open it one-handed with the Spydy hoe. So not really any problem with that. Talk about how it feels. Now, if you're gripping here, to me, I'm out past the handle just a little bit, which to me, I do not like knives where my hand does not, all my hand does not get on handle. But it does have this choil area here, and it is jimped. So you can get up here and you can grab it right like that, and that gives you some nice choke up and a little control. And then, as you can see now, my hand does have some handle all in it. So probably if I was using this knife, this is going to be my preferred grip on it right here. It's a nice secure feeling here. You don't feel like your finger's going to want to work up the blade in use of the knife. So we'll give it to them there, which I know that's trying to make it overall length shorter, so that does give you the ability to choke up and have a good secure feeling on the knife. Alright, let's take a look at it compared to some others, and of course we're going to compare it to the Delica, which everybody's familiar with, and also it's another Spyderco product. As you can see, it's got the similar familiar Spyderco design with the Spydy hoe and the kind of a leaf shape on the blade. It doesn't have the ramp that you have with the Delica, but it does have a beefier blade to it. And it's definitely got a beefier handle, and it's considerably heavier as well. It does feel like it would handle tougher chores. Feels a little more robust than say a Delica does. So as far as Spydercos go, but the Spyderco's got the lock back, very strong locking system. This is a liner lock. It does have about a 50. It's hard to see with everything all black there, but it's got a good 50% lockup, so it's good and firm. Liner locks aren't going to be quite as stout as a good back lock will be, but this is also a $45 knife, and the Delica is around an $80 knife. So you're going to give up some things in that kind of money difference. So you got a back spacer that looks like it runs about 50%, so you do have an opening here that will allow some things to kind of get in there, pocket fuzz, whatnot. But also, I look at it as it gives you an area that you can get in there and clean pretty well. But overall, the spacing is wide enough there that you can get in there with a Q-tip and get it cleaned up pretty well. It's definitely a thicker knife than the Delica, but not enough that it probably would be too prohibitive if you like that. And actually, as far as just styling and all that. I like it. Probably I'm going to say I like that style look better. Let's compare it to a Rat 1. It's handle wise, they're in the same width, not as long, and the Rat 1's definitely got a longer blade. But these both have that same color handle. The Rat 1 is definitely bigger than what I typically will carry. I will carry the Rat 2. That's more the size, and it's going to, as far as size, it's closer to the Rat 2, but it does present a wider profile, and it's going to take up a little more space in the pocket. Let's just see how sharp it is out of the box. Get my testing paper here, and we'll just it's sharp enough to go to work right out of the box, but probably could use a little bit sharper. I've definitely seen some that come out of the box sharper than that. All right, well, general feeling is I do like the forward choil, and that is something we see in quite a few different Spyderco products. I like being able to choke up on it like that, and then that does also make it feel a little better in the grip. Liner lock, I'm fine with that, and I do like the action on it. It does has broken in very nice in just a few operations, so it deploys really nice. Reminds me a lot of the feel of the Tenacious. The back, you've got a spacer that takes up about 50%, and then it's open from there on out, so you could get a little lint, pocket lint, dust, and stuff like that get down in there, but it is pretty spacious so that you can get in there and with a Q-tip get that cleaned up pretty easy and not have much problem with that. Like I said, the clip is it's typical Spyderco. It's a good clip. Just if you like deep pocket, I know they do have aftermarket clips available for this. So there you go. All right. Well, overall, for the price range, I think it's a good knife to get into Spyderco product without breaking the bank. This is going to run you about $45 in cost. Where another kind of one of the more entry level is the Delica, and that one will run you, Delicas typically will run you $75–80. So this will get you into Spyderco for just over half of what a Delica would cost you, and you still get some Spyderco design with some Spyderco quality, where and just a little bit of areas where they cut back to make it more affordable. So this would be a good entry level for those that want to get into Spyderco. All right, that is it for Spyderco Efficient. If you guys like this, hit the like and subscribe. I'd like to also hear your thoughts on it. What do you think of this knife? For the money, would you get into this in the Spyderco for that, or would you just hold out for moving to one of their more upscale lines? All right, that's it. That's all I got for this time. We'll see you guys next time. We'll have some more sharp products to bring your way. See ya.